everybody. Thanks for joining us. We're super excited to be here. I have Sean Rourke with us here, who's the co-creator of Operation Monster Force. We thought we'd sit down with you all today to talk you through some of the figures that are available for pre-order now, some that are in stock. Sean, let's talk a little bit about what do we got? We got Operation Nightshade. So that figure that we have right now is available as part of the Big Bad Toy Store 25th anniversary. So that's a figure we're going to talk about today, along with a couple of the Kilowog figures that are now in stock at Big Bad, so go pick those up right now. Sean, do you want to take us through the story for Operation Nightshade?
I would love to, if you guys are up for that. If you're up for a little story time with Sean. So, yes, here we go. It all starts with sort of an abduction. Any of you who are Fresh Monkey fans who are familiar with Eagle Force, you're going to recognize the character of Goldie Hawk from the original 1980s line. In Bill's great wisdom when he was, making the new version of Eagle Force was, we're going to age up these characters appropriately as if the actual amount of time has gone by. So where is Goldie Hawk now after all of these, for 40 years or however long it's been? And the thought was, well, obviously she's in Congress. She's a senator. So we've got Senator Goldie Hawk, who is, obviously was in the trenches with, at that time, Sergeant Brown, who is now General Brown. So they know one another from back in their combat days, but obviously they're in two sort of different roles in the U.S. government now. Since the Forgotten King has shown up, there are, in order to protect certain people from surprise attacks by the Forgotten King's minions, there are these characters who are coming up in Season 2 who are called the Black Watch. And the Black Watch are sort of like bodyguards that are assigned to people of interest. And these bodyguards they are actually technically shadow ghouls. So these are people who have been given a small amount of vampire blood and turned into sort of like almost a protector, like a protective bloodhound type of being who, when they reveal their sort of their transitionary form, they have this sort of, black goblin-like sort of look to them. But Senator Goldie has a couple of these guys who are assigned to her, and they just look like normal Secret Service everywhere she goes. But the idea being that she gets ambushed by some dude who just turns into a Kilowog werewolf and knocks her car over in the middle of a tunnel, grabs her while her bodyguards, her Black Watch agents, are trying to protect her. But this is a 12-foot tall werewolf. Like, there's not, they didn't come prepared with silver ammunition. They've never seen one of these things before. So the Kilowog abducts Senator Goldie and is gone. And so now Declan and General Brown are like, well, shit. We get A, what is the Forgotten King going to do with her? And B, obviously, how do we find her and get her back? So the one thing that they have going for them is that once a shadow ghoul sort of imprints on the person they're protecting, that shadow ghoul can track them anywhere they go. So they can't, so they can find Senator Goldie, but how do you deal with a werewolf of this size and power? And so another character who you're going to be getting in an upcoming season is Mr. Legacy. And he goes back to the Midnight Men comic book that we did years ago, but it's sort of an immortal, sort of eternal man of mystery who seems to help the good guys whenever they need it through lore and experience and advice rather than actually picking up a gun or a sword or something like that. And Mr. Legacy finds, when he starts researching werewolves, finds that their best opportunity of fighting a werewolf is during the dark of the moon, because that is the moment where the werewolf is at its weakest point and it's something that that ancient writers referred to as the Nightshade effect. And so Declan puts together this mission of himself and a couple of other hand-picked Delta Red members for Mission Nightshade. So they have this particular uniform that is designed with a color profile that is not detectable by werewolf eyes during the dark of the moon, that being the Nightshade effect. So that's why it's a different uniform. And they take, along with them, Senator Goldie's Black Watch bodyguards, and they find her in this sort of this wooded place at this ancient shrine that she's been essentially tied up at, and she's either going to be questioned or sacrificed, or we don't actually have any idea. But the Kilowog is there, and it is basically guarding her, prowling around, and so Dracula provides this distraction down in the valley. And brings Monster Force with him to do a direct assault on essentially a faux assault on the shrine, which of course the Forgotten King's forces are there and immediately defend. And so while that's going on and everybody's distracted, that's when Declan and his team basically make it up to the shrine, and they have to contend with the Kilowog, and they have to fight the Kilowog in order to free Senator Goldie. And that's the story. So thank you for listening to that.
Yeah, it was so fun. I'm so glad we got to do this. And a big shout out to Dana Black, who did the artwork for us. He did just such a great job. So thank you, Dana, if you're watching. You did an awesome job.
Oh my God, we got these storyboards, and I was like, what? These look amazing.
Yeah, and he's all for coming back and doing some more. So, we just launched season 3, part 1. So go and get your pre-orders in for that. And we're thinking about maybe doing another one of these, right? For future seasons, right?
I mean, I would like to. I would love to do one of these for every time we have a season come out.
Yeah, I think and if this is something you guys want to see more of, like, let us know in the comments. Because maybe we can do some more of this stuff. I think we talk about this stuff all the time. We want to bring you all along for the journey when we're making this stuff. So more feedback, the better. Again, we've got the 2 Kilowogs available at Big Bad as in-stock items right now. You can pre-order the Nightshade figure and the Black Watch figures. They'll both land around, we're shooting for around the middle of the end of Q2. So anyway, get your pre-orders in now. We have sold out of some stuff, so we want to make sure that people who want this stuff lock in their order now. So please do that. Well, Sean, thanks for sitting in and walking us through this awesome story.
My pleasure.
And thank you all for hanging out with us for a bit. And we'll do this again soon.
And guys, let us know in the comments what you think. We would love to hear.
Yep. Thanks, everybody.
All right. Thanks, guys.